You're listening to the Board Game Snobs podcast, a ridiculous podcast with ridiculous hosts that discuss ridiculous things. And any mention of board games is purely coincidental. And so, without further ado, and with a heavy dollop of shame and embarrassment on my part, I give you the Board Game Snobs.
And go.
The best thing about this podcast is that we prepare so much ahead of time for our fans. We think about and meditate on each subject to the nth degree so that we may give our opinions in such a fluid manner.
I'm Gaby.
This is Enrique.
And we never mess up the intro to where we have to redo it 3 or 4 times.
5 times.
Because we are professionals. Nor does one show up to this podcast ill-prepared.
Just practice.
That's what I like about both of y'all.
We practice?
Y'all
Talking about
both
practice?
are deep people.
Talking about
with
practice?
deep. Enrique and Gaby are both deep thinkers.
I'm more roll of the dice. Like, I might have a deep thought once in a while, to be all honest. If we're being honest.
You often declare that you're being honest.
No, this is new.
All honest.
In all honesty.
In all honesty.
All honest.
This is really good, by the way.
What
That's
is that?
tequila.
Is it tequila?
It's the Cristallo.
Tequila. An extra. No, not the extra. It's the clear añejo.
It's Cristallo.
Oh.
Jack, what are you doing? This is what you happened when we record at my house.
This is BGS, the Annex Studios in Baker Home.
Studio number 2.
In the middle of nowhere.
Here's Jack. Jack, say hello.
Say hello, Jack, and get out.
Hello, and I'm not leaving.
Oh, yeah, you can stay around. Either way, we've been enjoying ourselves today, playing a brief game of Evacuation. Is that Vladimir Suchy?
Yes, sir.
We played that. What else did we play?
You know the respect I gave him on that?
What?
I called Jerry sir.
Oh.
I think you deserve that.
That's just common courtesy.
Only in some places. That's not what it's taught these days. Jack, when was the last time you said sir?
Like I said it to my grandpa like one day ago.
Do you ever say it to your dad?
Yeah, he does.
You got to say.
He says sir
Just
all the
as I
time.
thought.
When I beat him at Magic.
Just what I thought.
Oh.
What?
Oh, okay. Special announcement from Jack.
My mom is signing me up for fall football.
Oh, are you going to play football? What are you going to play? Professional actual football.
Professional actual football.
Oh, I thought you were going to play. I thought
he has the huskiness for it, man.
Yeah, he's going to be a linebacker.
He's only like, I don't even know how old he is.
He's
but
10 years old.
Is he? Yeah, he's husky, man.
He's ready.
He could demolish someone.
Yeah, I know. Are there any good football board games?
I don't even think there is.
Football 2049 or whatever it was.
The only two I know of, just literally off the top of my head, is Football 2049 and First and Goal.
I don't know if
First and Goal is fun. You roll die, but it is just real chancy of like, I'm playing this card that's an offensive card. The person on defense hopes their defensive card matches the offensive card and cancels it out, basically.
Goodbye.
Technically,
And then a roll of the die.
Bye, Jack.
That kind of sounds realistic.
Bye, Jack. Okay.
Hit the road, Jack.
That almost sounds like an accurate description of like a football game.
I there's aspects of it I liked, but the card play is what I really didn't like.
I played that baseball game, that highlight. Is that what I'm thinking about?
Baseball Highlights 2049.
That makes me think of Blade Runner. It was enjoyable. It was a little odd because you're playing cards in both offense and defense, if you can think of it that way in baseball, and I'm not a baseball fan, but I enjoyed it. I remember really liking it more than what I thought. That was years ago when it came out. But football is such an odd game. That Blood Bowl is very popular, but I think that's it's a miniature game, tabletop type war game version of football. It's on Steam too.
I think football actually is a more strategic sport as opposed to baseball. I know there is strategy to baseball, but if you can't hit the ball in the first place, there's not much else going on.
True. I think it's also, I think the team aspect in baseball only gets you so far. Like your team can be decent. Everybody, you can only catch the ball so many times to where you're just as good as you're going to be.
Well,
whereas in football, one weak link can really cost you.
Well, but also in the same manner, in baseball, you can have one guy that's really good at hitting home runs, and that's just him doing it all by himself. Whereas in football, even if you make a really good pass downfield or the running back really runs a good play, you still have like the defensive or the offensive line doing all the stuff that enabled that to happen.
I'm thinking of Barry Sanders, best running back ever from 1990 to 1997.
Who had a terrible team surrounding him.
Yeah, and couldn't ever do anything because of which. But statistically was the best. Well, I think with baseball, I would equate that more to the pitcher. Like if you got a great pitcher,
right?
You got a Nolan Ryan out there. You just ain't gonna do it. But either way, I don't really like board game based sports games. I guess I don't know of any that are that great. I say sports. I don't take racing into being a sport, although it certainly is. I just don't think of it as. There's that soccer game that I'd like to play. I can't remember the name of it. I see it all the time advertised. It's like 11. Game? Yeah, like it's called like 11 or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, you've seen it. You've seen it, I think. Something of that nature. It's like a soccer management game. I keep saying soccer. That's the American side of it. Either way, do you have any banter?
What were we doing just then?
We were talking about board games.
No.
That's
you want non-board game banter.
Well, that's typically what you bring. You're not prepared for this.
What is the difference between a graveyard and a cemetery? Do you know?
Yeah, one's got a church and one doesn't.
Enrique?
I wouldn't know.
Because he didn't listen to the podcast for which you said that last time. Because Gaby, yeah, you say things like this. You say it all the time. You always bring it up. You repeat yourself.
Why do you need to tell me to erase it out of my notebook?
Well, you don't have your notebook on you. You have so few facts.
It's my diary.
Why do you have a diary?
You don't have a diary. You're a grown man.
Out of infinite facts, I bring up the same ones
over and over. Do you know Velveeta was invented? It's like, yes, we know.
Let me erase that out of my diary.
Please. Enrique, do you have anything of interest to say?
Of interest?
My back's hurting me.
Why is your back hurting?
Carrying this podcast. You got anything interesting to say?
Me? You know you can't rely on me.
You've been doing stuff.
Doing stuff? Like what?
I know you've done something. You were said the other day you were out. What were you doing? You said something. I can't remember what it was.
I was probably out working or fixing up. The only thing that would have been slightly not even interesting was us up on that trailer house.
Oh, you up on a trailer house?
No. Like we were fixing the plumbing or whatever.
Oh yeah,
at that trailer house.
I know. We fixed Shardae's plumbing.
Oh yeah,
her trailer house. We sure did. Our dear friend Paige, her pipes broke because she doesn't understand how freezing temperatures. That's an Oklahoma thing.
Yeah,
that's devastating to us. We don't understand when it occasionally, like 3 times out of the year, it will drop below freezing in Oklahoma.
You guys made me put supporting beams on said trailer house.
Those are the best types of beams. What purpose are just decorative beams if they don't support something? Gaby, do you have something of interest? You looked very staunch just then.
No, I was just listening to Enrique talk about his work, and I was actually quite proud of Enrique's work because he dove right under there and got himself all dirty and was given an assignment and fulfilled it in a very aggressive manner.
It wasn't aggressive.
Enrique. It was aggressive. I've seen you gritting your teeth. Yeah, you grit your teeth.
You were shaking your fist in fury every time someone.
Okay, because because the beam was just slightly too low where it couldn't be.
It was a low beam.
It was a low beam of where I couldn't drill it into the trailer house. That's why I was a little bit angry with it. But that's the only thing that would even.
It's also a metal beam, so there's not much you can do with it.
Yeah, and then the only thing that would be interesting is us going to Monster Jam.
Yeah, we're going to Monster Jam here in a week. Down in Arlington at the AT&T Stadium. Jack's going. Oh, Jack be freaking out if he's here talking about it. Yeah, we're going. We always go to Monster Jam. Watch the monster trucks.
Who's the big monster truck these days?
Grave digger.
Yeah.
Still so.
Yeah,
Grave
it's-
digger has been around since I was a kid.
Well, it's different iterations of it. So it's like the same family drives grave digger. So now there's son of a digger. Yes.
that sounds very dangerous to say.
It does. I gotta say, I gotta stop for a second there. And then
Nervous.
like Max D, which is my favorite. He
Max Digger?
no, Max D.
I thought D was for digger.
No.
Oh.
It's for destruction.
Maximum digging.
Maximum destruction.
Oh.
I swear, you just say words.
Maximum D.
No,
We're talking
I'm
about
not saying
Dicker.
maximum D. I'm saying Max D.
Max
Okay.
D.
Who was he?
The driver's retiring. That's my favorite.
Oh,
truck.
are you telling me the driver of Gravedigger is called Max D?
No. There's a. No. That's driven by the Anderson family. Max D is a vehicle,
Mr. Anderson.
and the driver of which, who's been around for a long time, is retiring and passing down the torch. So yes, it's not hard to understand.
What about Bigfoot? Is he still in the
He
show?
hasn't been for a long time.
All right.
What was that one monster truck that you told me about that
I
had?
Monster Truck Jam. Sorry, go ahead. I just literally started talking as
Don't
you
worry
were
about
my bad.
the monster truck that had the. I'm trying to think of
The
my
shark?
words here. No, the one that
Like
The
a tank.
The bull.
not the
Had
tank, not the
tracks.
bull, but the one that was famous for going backwards, like doing
backwards.
Reversatron.
Backwards Bob.
backwards
Why are
Bob.
you just saying word? You just see. You just
Good.
No, it doesn't. Backwards Bob.
Reversatron
Backwards
would be the
Bob
name of
is
a
my
truck.
favorite monster truck to race with on Steel Titans 2, the little Xbox game, whatever. Jack hates it, but Backwards Bob is a backwards truck. It drives backwards, and it's awesome.
I kind of
Jack
wish I
hates
was
Backwards
there.
Bob.
Is the guy like craning his neck backwards the
no,
whole time?
no, they just had the body on backwards.
Yeah, it's funny,
Yeah,
but
it's funny.
it does look funny.
It looks weird because it comes.
So
Is
he's
that
not like-
like?
He's not using his rearview mirrors the
No,
whole
no,
time.
no. He's
No.
driving. He's just the body's put on backwards, and it just looks like he's going backwards.
But everything is situated to
Correct.
face towards the
Correct.
back of the
It
truck.
would have
It's
been
still-
impressive if he was
Yeah, it would
going
be very
backwards.
impressive. But people just think it's like, what?
I'm really good at backing up, by the way.
Well, you're not like backwards Bob. I can tell you that.
Backwards Bob was.
I would go by Reversatron.
No, that sounds stupid. That sounds like
No,
that's
It's so cheesy.
the Reversatron.
Yeah.
The
That's like
Reversatron
that's
sounds like a
I'm
machine.
Transformers.
Reversatron is one of those things you used to put the VHS tapes in to rewind them. Do you have one of those?
No.
So you
That was for rich people.
you please rewind. You never rewound.
No, we did.
You rewound in
at-
your VCR.
All right.
No, that's damaging to it.
The damaging to the heads.
Yes, it
No,
messes up.
But I was poor. We didn't have a whole thing
They're like
dedicated to reversing
$8.
a tape.
They're like
Wait,
$8.
wait,
Come
that
on.
was
Rich
an
people.
actual
Guess we got
thing?
$8 you can throw around
no,
willy-nilly.
You had that.
Back when we were making 25 cents an hour,
You were
$8
no,
took a lot
no,
to
it
save
What
up
is
was
this,
for.
factory
not.
work?
huh?
25
Minimum
cents?
wage was $5 an hour back then.
I was going to say,
Enrique, you weren't even born.
I'm just saying, were you like a child laborer?
Yes.
He wasn't a child labor. He
I
don't. He
was.
didn't work.
in
Were
the
you?
coal mines of Chile.
He didn't work in no Chile. Your dad's in Chile right now.
I was trapped in
Oh,
there too.
is he?
Your dad, yeah. By the time this comes out, you have driven your dad to the airport and sent him to Chile,
Off to the motherland.
off to the motherland.
Motherland.
He may not come back.
He'll be
may.
fine.
He very well might.
If he makes it there on his own, well, my wife is literally like putting him on the plane. So once he lands, it's up to his friends to get him off the plane and then back on the plane to come back to America. So we'll see what happens.
It's going to be a scene of Taken.
My dad hasn't been on a plane in 50 years.
What if he goes missing? We have to go.
There's a movie called Missing starring Jack Lemmon about Chile during the reign of Pinochet,
Pinochet. He's very evil.
during the revolt. The coup. Military took over. You know what coup means, Enrique?
Not really. Not like I've never looked up the official definition of it, but I know what a coup is.
Generally, it's when the government's overthrown, usually by the military.
Okay.
And that happened in Chile.
Mm.
And it was not good times. Lots of curfews. And if you got caught out, I guess you might get shot. But, yeah, you don't get caught out. People went missing. Like they would just, if they thought you disagreed with the government, you just disappeared. That's why there was a movie called
That's
Missing.
why you're sending your dad there.
Well, I think Chile's in pretty. Actually, they did have riots like during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Things were pretty. And I mean,
Everyone
not
had,
unlike here. you
everyone
know?
had raids.
Am I
during
right?
Had raids.
Raids.
Raids. I thought it read raids.
Raids.
I don't know.
So, you know, the world's not a safe place pretty much anywhere you go these days.
When has it been a safe place?
That's true.
But if your dad goes missing, are we going to go down there and look for him?
I'll go down there.
I'll go down there.
It's not
We could
cheap.
do it. We could do it. That's your response. Your dad goes missing. It's like, this is not creep. I can't take off.
We'll go by sea.
Me and Enrique and Bubba.
I say we send Chad Chasson.
Me and Enrique and Bubba will meet Chad down there. He's the world traveler.
I bet.
Dad's lived a good life.
Oh my
70
god.
years, 74.
But you'll
That's
never
good.
know. You'll never know what happened to him.
Hey, he
I like
went
how
home.
He's
I think
74
he's
years
happy to be
old.
home.
What in a decade from now, he calls you up and he started another family? He's remarried. One and a quarter of his age. He's got another
good.
child.
I
Come meet your brother. Your dad's down there in Chile.
do have relatives down there I've never ever met or
That's
seen
sad.
before.
And you've never expressed any want to go down there. That's weird.
Let's see. No.
That's weird.
Why
You
is
go
it
down
weird?
there and see that?
See what?
You go down to Mexico all the time. And see
Yeah, but
that?
I don't even think I have relatives down.
Yeah, you do. Your uncle, he's down there.
My
Belize.
dad said,
Yeah,
Enrique, talk into the microphone.
I'm sorry.
your uncle.
I'm sorry.
He's like willed you his plantation
Almost
thing
300
down there. He's like his
episodes in.
papayas or
Oh
whatever.
yeah. But
And
like,
you speaking perpendicular.
I'm sorry.
Which, I mean, it's going to pick you up, but it's not going to be as good
I'm
as at a 45-degree angle.
oh yeah. But-
Meta.
Oh, like,
Or Jerry that talks directly into the microphone.
I like that. I'm doing it the right way.
but like,
God,
are they Chilean? Are they?
Hey, what?
Yeah, your family
Oh, they-
members.
they-
Are
yeah,
they
Just
just
Brazilian.
they're Brazilian?
They're
Like they
little
were
hair-
born and raised
Yes,
there.
my dad's going home to Chile to see his Brazilian family.
Okay,
Yeah.
so me visiting my
Catch that.
white uncle
Uh-huh.
in Belize wouldn't be as interesting with family members that I've not met in Mexico.
Why is your uncle white in Belize?
Well, because
Because Belize is English.
Belize is cheap.
English is the national language there. They all speak English.
In Mexico?
It's Belize.
Is Belize as
Do
in
you not know where Belize
Brazil?
is?
Belize it or not?
Oh,
Oh God, I like it when your ignorance. You try to cover it over with more ignorance. It's like ignorance lasagna.
So is he not
He's white.
he's white.
I don't know if you know
on
this.
whose side of the family?
My mother's side.
Do you not realize that Enrique's mother is white?
Your mama's white?
Yes,
Her name's Janine.
Garofalo?
with three N's.
Yes.
Janine?
Yeah, G
J?
like G.
J-
Okay, like Jean, like
N?
Yes.
yeah, like
It's several-
Jean, and then 9.
G9. That's
G9.
older G9.
What about 7 of?
Listen, we can't tell if you're being facetious or not because you're just talking and saying words.
So anyway, Dad's going to Chile to see family he's never seen before, and he's also got an assortment of friends down there that he's actually closer to than his family.
Friends.
His brother that had passed away most recently, and I say recently as in like probably 5+ years ago.
R.I.P.
Apparently, they all think just because my father's American that he's rich,
Mm-hmm.
which, it's a stereotype probably throughout a lot of the world. But no, that is not the case. My father's a very blue-collar type fellow,
He's broke.
worked in a factory for 30+ years,
Frito-Lays.
barely made above minimum wage, but was able to, he was a solid worker, reliable. He worked the same job, literally, for 30 years.
Unlucky
He has
son.
cuts and bruises and maybe some broken bones.
Yeah, I have bounced around because I get tired of one. When I think about my job, I literally think I'm sitting here and I'm typing, I'm talking to people. I'm in my home with air conditioned in a chair. I can drink coffee and do it. My dad worked in a factory in a plywood plant of Weyerhaeuser where they literally made plywood. They glued the pieces together. They made the plywood there, and he just did the same thing. He's got severe carpal tunnel syndrome because his hands did the same action for 30 years. And I think, you know what? That guy, how did he do it? Because I can't do it. I can't do the same job. After about 2 years, I'm maxed out. I'm like, I'm ready to try something different.
Well,
Except for truck driving. I did truck driving for 10 years because it is a different thing constantly.
yeah, it's just a
Left
different
lane,
route.
Right line.
Left lane, right lane, shifting gears,
Yeah, but
up,
like,
down, different places. The factory job, that's tough.
it, for me, I think it's just you just shut down everything. It's like you just don't
Shut
think
down
about it.
emotion.
But my dad is the way he likes things though is he likes to be told what to do, and then just do it.
Yeah,
Like
but
he liked that.
yeah, it's
Like the
just
same
exactly
thing
the opposite.
repetitively.
To you won't do what you're told to do. And even when you will purposely do nothing of the sorts.
So anyway,
Very interesting.
So my point of the story is, ironically, this is not family laundry because I don't know this family. My dad doesn't even know this family, but his brother's family, apparently one of his brother's family, after his last brother passed away, they're like, oh, send us some money. And Dad's like, I don't have any money to send you. And I mean, it's like, it was weird. It was weird. But he also had another brother that had passed away, who that family has kept in communication with Dad just because they're family, you know?
That's what you do. Family.
But the other brother's family is like wanting money. It was a weird deal.
all I'm hearing is a bunch of brothers having brotherly conflict.
So, yeah, well, I mean, that's, you know, well, also that's family as well,
He
unfortunately.
hasn't seen his brothers, though, in 30, 40 years. has he?
50. My dad has been
50,
in America
man.
for 50 years.
Yeah, so he's not
I'm
seen-
46 years old.
Yeah, he's not seen. Yeah, you had to come to America to produce you.
Right.
Yeah, so
Because we grow things big here,
that's right.
which is what I am.
So that's interesting.
So, but he's mostly actually going down there to see friends that he had down there.
That sounds more
50
logical.
years ago,
Uh-huh. He's kept in contact with these friends, obviously.
I got an interesting phone call. I told you about somebody I went skiing with 11 years ago with. One time, met this guy one time. It was right before I had kids. Went to Steamboat Springs, Colorado. Big guys trip. Went skiing for like a week.
Was that a trip for big guys?
Yes, big guys. This is the guys.
The guys.
The guys.
Wild and crazy.
Is he crying?
Do
Yeah.
the voice. Do it again, Erica.
The guys.
There you go. I like it.
You say something else with that voice.
I don't know. This is new for me. I've never really developed.
You're not a voice guy.
Not a voice guy.
I'm not a voice guy.
Either way. So I was a newbie skier, never skied before. So me and the other noob got stuck together. He was a 7-foot tall guy from like around Kansas. And we just hung out for like a week. Anyways, it was almost 11 years to the day. Dude just texts me, sends me pictures. He's on the mountain again, says, hey, skiing again. Just wondered if you changed your number. I was like, nope. So 11 years ago, we have not talked. We immediately start talking, immediately start texting back and forth. It was interesting. So somebody that you meet one time, 11 years, you still have that bond.
Cell phone number?
Yeah, same cell phone number. We have that bond. The mountain. Me and AJ, we bonded.
I too have kept nothing irritates. Well, actually, there's a lot that irritate me.
Everything irritates.
One thing that irritates me a lot is people that change numbers frequently.
That's very classist because some people have burner phones. And sometimes you get made.
Drug dealers?
No, you just get made, or you can't afford it. You can't afford it. Plus, you do not know the thrill it is to one day just look at that flip phone and just break it and throw it. If you've ever done that in public, where you're like, I gotta get rid of this phone,
Mhm.
people look at you differently,
Like
and it's
you're a
just you
spy.
start over. You just get you another phone,
They're tracking me.
give your number out,
Take off running.
Yeah. And you just chunk your phone.
being like a big, like a central park,
Yeah.
Grant, whatever,
No.
someplace fully populated, and you make a big act of taking out your flip phone. They're tracking me. You break it and take off running.
No, I would just start pressing buttons.
I still have all
and then
my,
break it.
I still have all my old phones. I should do that. Have Enrique have an old flip phone. Just take him to the park and he'll be like, hello? Who gave you this
Start
number?
talking
And then
real
just
loud.
Break it and then take the battery out and throw it and then run.
No,
run real
No, if anything, I'd probably just get a heavy jacket with a nice gray hood
Great.
and just start pushing in some numbers and then just break it. And then just walk
You're going
off.
to get arrested. You're going to get arrested.
It's like the Unabomber.
Yeah, you look like the Unabomber.
He kind of does with that beard now.
The thick glasses.
You should see what I look like with the hood on.
Yeah. I don't want to see you with the hood on.
You look like a hood.
You look like the hood. So, yeah, so when your dad goes missing, I guess me and Enrique and Bubba and Chad go down to Chile.
Try to go down there.
Which I don't, here's the thing. If I went missing, like, you're not going to man up and come look for me, are you? You're just going to send Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
What are the circumstances under which you went missing?
I just went missing. I go on vacation to Chile,
I'd send out several tweets in request
but
of like,
Enrique
oh,
would
God.
fly
happened?
down there.
I'll go for the search.
Well, where exactly are you
That's-
that you went missing?
I just
You
went to
find
Chile.
out.
You don't know. You don't know. You don't get to ask questions. Somebody goes missing. It's like
You can ask questions. I would ask Jennifer, where was he?
he doesn't know.
What was
they
he
don't
doing?
know. If they knew where I was at, I wouldn't be missing.
Well, technically, like you would be
I'd
somewhere.
be like, where was the last
some-
place you seen him?
He was. We didn't see him. He went to visit family.
Where's the
They're
family?
in Chile.
The family's in Chile. I'll have to send them some emails.
So you don't even see. You're useless. You're useless.
I will.
Enrique would be on a flight over there.
I would be
Like,
like,
I would be on.
Bubba would be
investigation.
looking.
I would be. No, I would.
Chad would be down there killing every monkey. He
I would
saw.
send out
Where is he?
several tweets. Hashtag
Okay.
Jerry is
Does
missing.
Chad watch?
Okay,
Planet
so-
of the Apes?
Oh, well,
Yeah.
like the question is, would he take a? Would you go
and I would
to
just
a cruise?
assume it's of your own volition that you went missing.
Like I didn't want to be found.
Right.
Yeah.
Because,
It's like if Jerry's missing, it's because he doesn't want anybody to know where he's at. So
like, for me,
But if I did,
if Jerry either took
after a few months, I might become concerned.
an airplane or a cruise, these specific places have drop points of where they have to unload people.
that's right.
So all you would have to do is figure out what plane he got on, isolate where those locations for those drop off are, and then just go to each location and see if they've seen a man.
So, I mean,
Enrique's
I
already
would,
got this
I
plan.
would ask Jennifer, are you upset that he's missing?
Yes.
She's like, no, he's fine.
I'm the main breadwinner.
So I would trust that she knows what she's talking about.
No,
and
no.
I'd be like, okay,
just
as long as you
admit it.
think
Just
he's
admit
good.
it. You're useless in a missing person situation.
And I would,
Oh, if it comes to
I would
being
ask
taken,
Jennifer, I would say,
You would not be useful.
so now if she did say, no, I am kind of concerned, I would send out several tweets, hashtag Jerry's missing, Jerry Baker, hashtag. I would post to our Facebook group and say, anybody seen this guy?
Like
In
all
Chile?
of our listeners
Yeah.
in Chile.
All of our
Do
Chilean
we have any?
listeners?
Do we have any listeners in South America?
if we have any
boardgamesnobs@gmail.com.
Chilean listeners, I'd be like, okay, Jerry's missing. We're a little bit concerned,
We
but
got some
I'm pretty
from
sure
the
he's
Middle
okay.
like Jen would know where he would have been
Jen,
going
my
to.
wife never knows where I'm at.
Oh no.
I stay on the down low.
Okay. Well,
I'm just saying is that there's certain people
I would post an
that
Instagram
you know are useful
in your honor.
in terms of like you're in trouble, someone's going to come help you.
I would post an Instagram in your honor with some really sad music playing in the
Sarah
background.
McLaughlin.
And I'll be like, this is for you, Jerry. Come home.
I would do.
Come home, Jerry.
Jerry.
And then
2012.
if you didn't respond to that,
Like,
be like, well, I think he clearly just, in this scenario, you're the one that has now has
What if I was
another
dead?
family.
What if I was kidnapped?
Well, if you're dead, there's nothing I can do. Anything.
No,
you would not
kidnap.
avenge
Kidnap.
me?
Who killed you?
Exactly.
We'll find out.
Who.
whoever is connected, they dead.
I just, yeah.
Always some sort of mafioso.
Enrique's ride
in
or
which
die. You're asking too many
they're
questions.
probably more well equipped than I would be for such a scenario.
Well,
And
if
I'd be
you
like,
kill
well,
enough of them, you'll be well
but
cooked as
dude,
well.
I would find, I might try to locate them and then say, okay, what was it he did that made you so upset?
Bubba's at home cleaning his AR just listening to his podcast.
And then I would say, you know what? I can understand why he made you so upset.
No.
Nah.
I understand.
No. See, you
R.I.P.
can't- You can't say, see,
R.I.P.
you're
Jerry.
useless. You're
They-
useless
they-
in these situations.
I'm not gonna lie.
I would start
There
a
would've
chain
been
email in your honor.
Send this email to 10 people or you'll have good luck.
Have you seen Jerry? If you have seen Jerry, send this email
Are
to
those
10
chain
people.
emails still a thing? They
I
don't
don't
stop
really
that.
think
When they
so.
used to say send 10.
I don't
10
really
yeah.
think so.
Remember those? Enrique doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
It was
People
awesome.
used to get emails all the time saying if you'll send this email to 10 people, you'll get good luck or whatever.
Oh yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
basically like a pyramid scheme for emails.
Yeah. And I don't know why it was. Like it just
I don't know what it benefited you,
It
but
just kept sending emails around. You just get really irritated when your friends send it to you.
Oh god.
Yeah. That's how you knew who weren't your friends. And that's when you broke your phone. Changed your email.
but now if my cat Rio goes missing, that's a whole different ballgame.
Oh god.
please.
I'm tearing this earth apart to find him.
Your cat's not. Your cat.
because he is helpless. He doesn't know
he's
what's going
not.
on.
No, he's not.
He doesn't understand what's going on. He's lost. He's scared
not-
and he's hurt.
He's not scared.
and I'm
He's,
calling out.
he's tired
I'm
of
searching.
being around you. And left.
I'm searching for
He doesn't
him.
want to be around you. Just left.
I won't walk my shoes off of my feet
Oh,
in search
God.
of my
What if he
cat.
went to Chile?
I would go to
I would
Chile.
buy a ticket in a heartbeat.
See, you're useless. You're useless
I'd
in these
buy a
taking
ticket in my heartbeat.
situations. What if your cat was had been catnapped by the Chilean mob?
Well, someone's dying.
What are you going to do?
Suit up.
What do you mean suit up? Like going to
Suit
wear
up.
it like your
Well, go down there, purchase a variety of handguns and armor.
where armor?
What do you from the underground markets?
You don't know what
obviously.
underground market. You got to walk into a Walgreens.
I would walk into the nearest Walgreens and say, "Where's all your guns?"
They don't have guns at Walgreens.
You don't know.
I
Have you
know.
been to a Chilean Walgreens?
I bet they don't have.
But
I
you
bet
don't
they
know.
don't.
You can't say for certain.
I'm certain they
You
don't.
cannot say
I would
for
say
certain.
Shane.
I'm not gonna lie.
Shane.
I'm not gonna lie. I would probably roll the dice, see if just to ask that
Ask
question.
around because shady people hang out at Walgreens. Everybody.
There's got to be a Walmart down there.
CVS. They don't have
No,
guns. in-
they don't got no
They
Walmart
have
down
Walmart. They
there.
have
No,
guns in Walmart.
No,
Like their number one selling item.
no, it's not.
no,
They sell them willy nilly to
they don't.
anybody.
not anymore.
I go down there and say, "My cat's missing. Give me all you got."
I don't know.
Right. And then how? Oh yeah, yeah. What? Then what's your next step? How are you going to find said cat?
I go.
That's see.
And see, like if I call out for Jerry, I mean, there's like 1,000 Jerrys that might answer
Yeah, in
me.
Chile.
Yeah, in Chile, in 2024.
All the
Yes.
Germans show up.
German show.
Jesus.
What is that's
That
Argentina?
is where they went to hide. I was about to
Argentina.
say. No.
I'm looking for this blonde guy. It's like there's like a bunch of them.
Oh.
Speaking of cats, how you pronounce this game? Malem.
Malarium.
You purchased
Malem.
this
Malarium.
for
Purchased it on the word of one Mike Delizzi.
Space Agency. Sorry.
Emblem Space Agency. It's supposed to
Bunch
be
of
like
cats.
a roll your dice, push your lick
It's
type
a
of
family
thing.
game,
And you
so you-
roll up the board and
Push your lick.
Get it?
got
Push your
that's-
lick like cats lick. That's funny.
You did. You thought no one would notice that. I noticed.
Yeah.
I don't think I said that.
Yeah, you did.
But maybe I
did.
didn't.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did.
you did.
Maybe I made a pun subconsciously.
Either way, I'll play this with my kids and I'll let you know if it's any good. I'll let Mike Delicio know. I don't know why you keep buying family games because you don't have a family
Yeah, he does.
that
We don't have
plays
a
it.
family.
They don't play these though.
That's true. They don't like. No,
Oh.
I actually bought that for us.
Are we family?
I guess. Like
Well,
you're,
apparently you won't come look for us if we go missing.
you're
You apparently don't. Your family has the history of not talking to their family for 50 years.
like
I won't.
you're kind of like the grumpy older brother.
They
He's
just don't
the
send money.
Oh, I got you. So you wouldn't send me money if I was down in Chile? I need
How much
help?
do you need?
I like fat stacks, man.
How much?
At least a couple C notes.
Oh man, I don't have a C note in my pocket.
But you Western Union it.
I don't. I mean, that's like a lot of money.
I hit you back.
How about
Enrique's up-
50?
Good Lord. They go
50.
give me $50 in Chile?
That's a lot. That's a lot of pesos.
Well,
I mean, is it,
like-
they're not pesos, though.
yeah,
No, I don't think
it
they
is
are.
pesos.
I don't think it is.
Hold up.
It is pesos.
I don't know.
In Chile,
I don't think so. Chile is not Mexico. Look that up. I don't. I know you were thinking.
I think it's pesos.
Let me see here.
I'm pretty sure.
Chilean money.
Googling Chilean money. Go.
Yeah, we're gonna Google that real fast. It's a Chilean pesos.
So,
So it's not a Mexican
It's-
pesos.
obviously, it's peso though.
Yeah, but you thought it
yeah,
was
the
Mexican
Chilean
pesos.
A
peso.
peso is a peso.
No, it's not.
No.
A pesos is not a peso. So
It's a
Mexican
peso.
Yeah, this is a Chilean.
You asked me what their
peso.
money was. I said a peso. I was correct.
No.
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 That'd be
peso.
like saying, what do they use in America? Dollars.
Yeah.
American dollar.
Yes, there's
Yes.
a difference. There, yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes,
No. I
yes.
sent 50 pesos for you from Mexico. They're like, get you a snack out of the machine if you want to, I guess.
That ain't gonna help me none. That's not gonna.
What if
buy
you're
me a plate.
hungry?
That's
What
not
if your
a-
blood sugar's dropping?
You're not helpful at all.
And you need a
all we
Snickers
determined is that
immediately.
you're not bought into helping anybody when they desperately need it.
Yeah,
Now
that's
you're attacking.
that's
me.
basically
just
nothing.
saying.
Look at the decline of that of
50
Chile.
Chilean pesos is equal to 0.05, 5 cents. Basically.
Yeah, like this is bad. This is real bad.
That's bad.
I told you, it's a poor country.
No. You said it was enough for $50, $50 American dollars
Rick
converted.
some heavy shade
You
towards
really
Chileans.
are. Those are my people.
I'm
not
just
your
saying.
people. You've never been there.
Those are my people.
They're not your people. You don't even like your people.
Those are my
You
people.
don't even talk about you don't even go down there to see your people.
It's a very expensive to fly down.
How expensive?
Very
Like $1,500
Oh, that's
a
what cost me.
nonstop
to-
per
flight.
person
What cost me
or
to go to Poland.
round trip.
round trip.
Yeah. That ain't bad.
I'm-
It's a
I
long
don't-
way. That's almost to the bottom of the earth.
It's a 10-hour flight.
Ugh.
I've flown 19 or 15 hours, 16 hours. To
What,
Poland.
That's a
to
lot.
It's a lot.
to London?
No, to
Longest
Poland.
I flew was 8
Poland.
hours to Hawaii. And
Krakow.
I just
What you doing in Hawaii? It must be nice.
That was on my honeymoon.
You're honeymoon in Hawaii?
Yep.
What island? The big one?
The main. No,
The little one?
Oahu.
Oh yeah. I don't know the islands.
Wherever Honolulu's at.
I have never really wanted to go to Hawaii. I know people really talk about it. It just didn't seem
It's
like
beautiful. It's quite beautiful. I must say.
I'm not into beaches.
Oh, I love a beach. I can just go sit. I don't even get in the water because
Yeah.
what's in the water will kill you.
Yeah.
I like looking at the water and just looking at the enormity of the ocean.
Like I'll
And the sound is very nice as well. Just you doing that right there pleases my ears. Shh. Can I get you to record that for me?
Nope. You have to come bust. We've already determined you don't value me
Look,
enough.
now if you record 50,
You don't
for
know.
me.
You don't value me at
I
all.
will come
You won't
down
send me
to Chile.
pesos. No.
the exchange rate is 100 voice recordings of you going,
you are
I'll be like,
you're
okay,
absolutely
I'm on my
useless
way.
in an emergency situation. That's all
On
we've
my
determined.
way.
And Enrique will at least die trying. That's what we appreciate. Right or die.
Yeah, I don't want to
Enrique.
die.
I'll
Nobody
go in
wants
with a
to.
knife.
I'll sit
Starter
there-
equipment.
I'll sit there right
Starter
there.
equipment. Knife. 1 kill. Gun.
You don't can't. No, Enrique.
This isn't
What do you mean?
Modern
Be down there
Warfare.
knifing people down? It's not.
It's not a video game.
It's not.
He
Call
will
of Duty.
immediately die.
You're gonna- yeah, he's gonna. You just come.
You're just adding to the body count if you send Enrique.
And then you just knife him to
You're
death.
literally, it's like Jerry's missing. Okay, send Enrique. Okay, now Jerry and Enrique are missing.
He's like the Dwight Schrute of the tactical team. I've got my rifles down there. He's got a bunch of knives, shurikens, katanas.
Because I'm not going to get a gun nowhere. I'm going to have to steal or kill
What would
someone.
be your weapon of choice? And how do you know that weapons are necessary? Maybe they just need a good talking to.
Well, if they start...
If Enrique can negotiate.
Yeah, because me negotiating is the wisest decision for
Maybe.
me.
Have you thought about this? Maybe a strongly worded email would just do the job.
Or a strongly thrown grenade.
See, you're so violent. Violence is already the issue
Just
in the
some
world.
Chilean guy just hanging out and a grenade comes through his window and the pin's not pulled. He's like, what is this? What did somebody throw a grenade?
Wow, they threw that really hard.
Why did they throw that hard? And Enrique's out there just chunking grenade, not realizing he's
There's
going to pull the
more where
pin.
that came
There's more where that came from. They're like, what is he doing? He's like, I don't know. Why does he
Just
keep
throw-
breaking all of our windows?
Just throwing us ammunition.
Why is he catching them?
Did you know you have to pull the pin, Enrique?
You can't use your
Yes.
teeth. You'll pull your teeth out.
Yeah, you'll like jack up your teeth.
You got to open the safety
Yes.
and pull them. Anyways. Well, that's neither here nor there. We played Evacuation.
No breathing.
Gaby doesn't want to talk about it because Gaby didn't really understand it. He wants to give it another play, and I think
I've
that's
gotta
wise.
give it another play.
That's wise because giving a half-baked impression from a half-baked individual is we've never done that before. And Gaby, of course, would have to get his impressions together. But Enrique's willing to do that. Enrique, what do you think of Evacuation?
No breathing.
I feel like you could play kind of differently with this game because it feels like you can play it kind of slow and steady, but not because at one point you said that what was your exact wording? It just knowing to pull the trigger.
Right. So this real fast.
Again, violence with y'all.
Hey.
Triggers,
Hey,
pulling the pin.
trigger warning. Evacuation. Vladimir Suchy. What? What?
Trigger warning, talking about triggers.
I'm sorry. I just thought it was a throwaway line. I just not meant
That's
to be
good.
that warning.
No, that's like airplane level material.
Oh, okay. You just imagine some cop every time he pulls his gun before he shoots somebody. Trigger warning. Start. Why do we have to give a warning? Trigger warning. You never heard of that? That's hilarious.
That's good.
That's another great skit that we'll never piece together. Rio Grande Games, Vladimir Suchy, 1 to 4 players. This game is where you have the board is 2 planets, and you're evacuating from a dying planet, going over to the new planet. And on your board, you're basically able to shuffle resources back and forth, buy ships, and take materials and people and move them over to the new planet and get them settled. But at some point in time, the energy and the resources that you're using kind of split, and you need to have resources on the old planet and on the new planet. And then at one point towards the end of the game, you kind of want everything moved over. And it's knowing when to pull the trigger on that, when to decide, all right, now it's time to really rush over there and start getting things lined out. And during our first play and our only play of this game so far, I would say I was winning decisively, and I made the mistake of rushing over too fast. And it was a devastating move. And I realized later that if I had slowed down and thought about it for just a little while longer, it would have been to my advantage to slow down. And so this game was very difficult. Really liked the rule book, though. It explains things pretty well. I think I once said back in the Underwater Cities days that was like the best rule book. I love that rule book.
Just something simple. I know that many games do this, but something that I just personally don't like is the fact that we played this whole game, spent several hours on it, and there wasn't a winner, because you have to meet these certain criteria to be considered a winner.
Technically, it was just that we played so poorly. It would have been so hard to have a well-defined winner. Like we botched this so bad. And it was because this game is up there with kind of like Gaia Project in terms of its complexity of what it wants you to do. And I would not hate on this game because of that. The win conditions. There's actually 2 win conditions: the race mode and the actual play to the end. It's only 4 rounds. Yes, it does seem like a long game. Yes, it is very complicated, but it's not overly so. I mean, Enrique seemed to have grasped it pretty easily just with a very short teach. And I mean, we played through it the first round. You're kind of confused. You have some questions. You see how it plays out. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a deep game, though.
My first play of this, honestly, my first play of it, I did not like, but it is a very heavy game, or it's a heavy game, heavier than I prefer.
Your taste in games have gotten lighter and lighter. Your taste in games have gotten much lighter, and I think that's because you might be getting dumber. Is that the case?
It's very possible.
Or it could be that you just don't want to put the energy into it.
That's possible as well.
Jack, what do you think?
Back. Jack is dying to be on this podcast.
Think
Hello,
that
Daddy.
Gaby is just getting dumber and dumber by the second.
Wow. Jackson
comes in here and throws shade at you, Gaby.
He knows about all your impressions you do of him on the podcast.
Daddy.
Just give him a nice right hook. Bam!
Either way, I think that's what it boils down to, is that you're just getting to where you like simpler and simpler games.
I would probably agree.
You're going backwards. You're going backwards.
Going backwards.
Which I have said that in the past. You're going backwards. You're getting less and less.
What?
You're not advancing.
You're not the same no more.
You used to be no complicated. There's nothing too hard, and making fun of people who didn't understand stuff.
That's a false.
And now, yes, you did.
I've never made fun of anyone.
Yes, you did. You talked about several teenagers that couldn't understand skull.
How dare you?
Yes. No. How dare you?
Wait.
You did it.
Wait, didn't he?
Yes, that's the truth. You said. Why did you attack those people? Why did you attack those?
Wait, didn't he attack me on Mubasa
Yes, he did,
at one point that I can't remember?
No, that was for a whole different reason, though.
Was I
just
annoying?
saying is that
You were testing my nerves.
No, he
That
wasn't
sounds
testing
about
your
right.
nerves.
He was testing my nerves.
Somebody can't test your nerves. You
He
just
tested
decide.
them.
You just decide to be that way.
tested them.
You decide to be that way.
You're coming at me.
Unless
I
you're
thought we
Point
discussed
being,
all this.
my point being is that you have degraded your ability to manage
So I've degraded.
heavy
Not that I've
games.
simply chosen to prefer lighter games.
No, that's not it. You didn't choose to prefer lighter games. You've gone back.
So you're telling me what I prefer.
No, I'm not saying what you prefer. I'm saying it wasn't a choice. I'm saying that through uncontrolled circumstances, you have decided.
So I can't just decide for myself.
No, you can't.
You're telling me.
No, I'm not telling you. I'm saying
You're telling
we're observed. We have observed this trend.
I mean, what's wrong with it?
I find it terribly offensive. Terribly offensive.
Because over the years,
Okay, here, let me ask you this: if you're a professional NFL player, and you've played in the NFL, and then one day you just go, you know what? I'm going to go back and play Little League. What would you think? Just go back and play.
So
college.
now you're degrading. You're saying that people that prefer family weight games are lesser than.
No, I didn't say that. You said
You're literally saying the word degrading.
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying you're going back.
You're telling me I'm degrading.
No, I'm saying you're going back to play in a lighter arena.
Your words. Degrading.
To go back into a lighter arena. Yeah, you're playing in a less complicated arena.
Okay, so what's wrong with that?
You don't see anything wrong with that? That's what I'm asking you.
You're telling me it's degrading.
No, I'm asking you. You're trying to. You're
No,
trying to
you said the words.
You're trying to obfuscate the point.
No,
What
you didn't
is-
use big words. It doesn't matter.
No.
You've said it.
No. You're trying to change the topic because you don't want to answer the question because this logic is sound.
No, because if you're talking, but that doesn't apply.
Okay,
we're not talking about professional football. We're talking about our taste in board game.
Explain to me how it doesn't.
I have played heavy games. I have played light games. At one point, I liked heavy games. I don't like
you
it much
you
anymore.
used to be in the NFL, and now
No, see that,
you're
but
in-
that doesn't equate
Why not?
because you're talking about a professional level of
Right.
athletic ability.
Yes, a professional level of board gaming. Yes, which is a skill. Yes.
No, you
Yes.
can choose. You can go back
then-
and forth.
So-
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Your opinion.
No, well, I'm just saying. You can go back
You
and
are
forth.
just saying.
I'm
Yes,
just saying.
I know.
You go back and forth. But I'm saying it's very odd. It's very odd that you.
I don't like heavy games that are that complex and convoluted anymore.
It's not convoluted.
Well, like, did he start off liking heavy games initially?
Well, that's
There
the
are
th-
certain heavy games
That's
I
the thing,
enjoy.
Enrique.
I didn't
But-
enjoy
but
this
that's
one.
the thing, Enrique. He used to claim that he liked heavy games.
Okay.
I think that he was just.
Here's
leading
the
us
thing.
on.
I mean,
So-
I think he was leading us on, Enrique.
So here's the thing.
He's always been basic.
I didn't like this game.
He's always been basic.
So I can have my own personal taste in which,
you
you know
can.
what? This game I didn't care for.
You can.
It was a heavy game. I've played other heavy games that I thoroughly enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Nemesis Lockdown, thoroughly enjoyed that one.
Right. I'm just saying.
So I can't have my own opinion.
No,
No,
no, I didn't say that.
That is what
I
you're
didn't
saying.
say that.
What
I
it
didn't
boils
say-
down to is it
Okay.
hurts his feelings. It hurts his feelings when I don't like the same game he does. He doesn't like when we disagree.
I know. I wish you would be more
Like,
agreeable.
because I know if I would just say, I didn't really understand this game, but I really like it. But I didn't. I didn't like this game.
Okay.
I am willing to play it again because it did take me a long time to grasp it.
That's good.
But I did not enjoy this game. It did not make me feel good. It didn't give me any. It gave me no feelings. When there's a lot of heavy games I have played before, I'm like, man, that was weird, but whatever. But I still I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy this game. Personal taste.
I know.
That's what
That's
it's all about.
fine. That's fine. Oh, why you get so
you're
hostile?
I am not, sir.
Yes,
you're the one.
You're the one.
Hey.
No, I'm perfectly good. You're the one that's like telling me I'm degrading.
I didn't say
My-
that.
you-
But
you're-
but degrading is
Again, we're back on the thing of
Okay.
Jerry like talking down to
I didn't
me
talk down to you.
of all this
okay.
stuff.
So
asked.
it's
No, you're insinuating
Okay.
in your whole personality. This whole
Technically-
podcast has been very superior to that of everyone else.
oh
not
no,
been superior.
because okay, you and
You
Nick,
have.
Just established you wouldn't come to Chile
Yeah,
to save me.
yeah.
You wouldn't come save me. That hurt my feelings.
It
Maybe
did
we know
kinda
why
hurt.
now.
oh, wow.
How dare you, Enrique?
But-
would.
Of
But if you initially
course he would. He loves
started
me.
liking just heavy games initially of where you would play them all the time, and now you are going into
Remission.
not remission because
I'm tired of the overhead.
Ah.
degrading. But that doesn't mean it's a bad
It's not
thing.
degrading.
Why not?
It'd be like saying, do you want a jackhammer all day? No, I'm kind of tired of that. It's exhausting. I'd rather do something easier.
Yeah, but in context, degrading
No,
can
it's
be,
the same thing.
what? Degrading? You telling me that?
Well, I mean, his terminology is derogatory, yes.
okay, it can be derogatory, but it can be also logical.
No.
What do
when
you
it
mean
comes
no?
to board gaming, it doesn't equate to anything lifelike. I don't want to go deal with the overhead of learning this complicated game that, quite frankly, for all the complications, I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. I did not. It wasn't enjoyable to me. Just like we played Gaia Project, we've never played it again because Jerry didn't actually care for that one.
Because it felt like we were almost there. It felt very interesting.
We played several heavy games that I've enjoyed. I did not enjoy this one, but yet I'm being attacked for
we're
not
not
enjoying.
tagging
I'm
you.
just-
I'm just
no,
saying
no,
you're
no.
very
I'm being,
defensive.
I'm being called
I've-
degrading. I'm basically called. I'm been told I'm going backwards in my skill level.
No, Your
No, 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 no,
preference.
no.
Your
No,
preference.
no,
You literally said the words degraded.
Yes,
Okay,
but that doesn't
but
mean-
here's the thing.
Much like an NFL player going back to a little league, you've degraded.
Yes.
That's what y'all.
That was a
Yes.
bad example.
And I
on
was
his
using
part.
that as that was a great example.
No, it wasn't.
I'm using that
No,
as an
it
example
wasn't.
to say like you may prefer to be at one level, and then you go like, no, I don't want to be at that level. I want to play at this level. All right. I think that's a sound comparison. I didn't say there's anything wrong
That'd
with
be
it.
like saying there's something wrong with playing simple card games.
I didn't say anything there's wrong with it.
Like for me, I think
Once you get to this level, if you're playing Underwater Cities, by God, you should never play Skull, a trick taking game.
I'm just saying
Something
that you
Skull
you may be taking this a little bit emotionally for just the word degrading. It's saying like
Gone back.
you're like a CEO of some big company, and then after a couple of months, couple of years, maybe you've degraded into being just a clerk worker. It sounds.
You were the CEO of Buffalo Wild Wings, and you're like, you know what? I just want to be the drive-through guy at Chick-fil-A.
And I know that sounds bad. It does though. What do you mean? No,
I think
You can enjoy a simple card game over playing heavy games, even though you've played heavy games before and enjoyed them. I would rather go back to playing simple trick-taking card games, you might say. Why?
Right.
Because I personally enjoy that than having to deal with all the headache of learning, taking an hour and a half to go over the rules for this game.
So may I summarize that? Because that was the point I'm trying to make. It seems as if you're No, I haven't wormed my way out of it. How dare you? I see it seems as if you used to enjoy much heavier games, and now it seems like more and more.
We don't have as much time.
Really, is that your point? You don't think we have?
We don't have as much time together to delve. Now that we've played this one, like I feel like we need to play it immediately again for me to give it a chance of whether I truly like it or not. But no, I prefer something that's more accessible.
But would you say that when you're just playing games that are just mainly accessible, that you lose kind of a lot of that complexity and thus a lot of that enjoyment? Like we could just play
Because
checkers.
We often talk about. Really, you're going to say?
Well, no, I'm serious.
It's just like Concordia. Concordia is a simple game to learn,
right?
But way more enjoyable to me than my first game of this game.
I know, but after a while, though, like, is it that you're losing?
So, are you going to revisit this game many times again? No,
Yeah,
we're not.
But I'm saying, well, I know, but a typical board game person who's not just playing games, just for the new, would replay this game a lot more than they would probably Concordia, because there is a certain level of complexity in figuring it out. If that makes sense? So I'm saying is that after a certain while, there's a level of complexity that adds a certain richness to a board game that a simple game will not bring. If that makes any sense. And so my point is that simply you used to seem like you tolerated heavier board games.
But by that reasoning, then, the only way for a gamer, quote unquote, to go would just to continually get heavier and heavier.
I didn't say
which
that.
is not the case.
I didn't say that.
Because you're telling me, once I've played this level of game, why would I want to go back to a lighter level?
Well, no, I didn't say that. I said that you enjoy.
Because that would be degrading to you.
No, I didn't say that. I said you used to play and enjoy much heavier games.
There are games like Twilight Imperium.
Yeah.
You could take that, and there are people that play that game.
Right.
And there's a podcast that literally is just that game.
Right.
That's how deep and expansive.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you could say, but if you're going to devote that much time to that game, that might be the case. That's not us, though.
No, it's not us. But I'm just saying, you're changing the subject. My point was, you used to engage with and enjoy much heavier games.
Okay, I've already said this.
Yes.
Yes, I understand. Okay. I didn't like this one.
Okay, but it seems like, and using your own words, which I think you may have forgotten that you've said them, you now prefer and have over the past several years much lighter games.
I don't know about much lighter, but I do enjoy a lighter level game.
Okay. Why do you think that is? That's what I want to touch on.
Because I think for the rule set of many games, like I'm going to stick with Concordia as an example. We've played that 2 times. I thoroughly enjoy that game. I could play it several more times, but I enjoy that game way more than what I just played, and it's a much lighter game.
Okay. So it's not, you think that you have found the crossover there between complexity and rules and so forth, and your enjoyment is, you think you've found that spot, and it's not really into the heavier games. You think that that you've reached that point to where you've identified exactly where your spot is on the spectrum of this is how heavy a game I want to play and how much I'll enjoy it. And after this point, it's just rules and it takes away from the enjoyment. It's like a bell curve type thing.
Well, I mean, I don't know, because you'd have to just look at all the games we have played. Brass, I enjoy Brass a lot. Do you consider it lighter than this game?
Well, no, I'm saying is that in terms of how many rules and complexities and what you can and that nature from a subjective standpoint, there is an amount of rules that you will learn, and here's the line of your enjoyment. And once there's more rules than this, your enjoyment intrinsically goes down. Does that make sense? Instead of you're trying to compare specific games, and that's fruitless. It really depends on your understanding, because I firmly believe that certain types of games, even though they may be more complex, are easy to understand by some people because of just their way that they view. They're familiar with the topic or that rule set. If that makes any sense. It's something similar for what they've played. And so like an economic Euro game that's super complicated, you may have played hundreds of those, and this heavy Euro game, you may have an easier time understanding than a mid-heavyweight Ameritrash game that's got a bunch of fiddly rules that's an area control that you don't typically play. So rather than focusing on that, my point is that there is a line that draws that after a certain amount of rules, you just find it's just more rules and it takes away from the enjoyment.
I mean, that's probably the case.
Okay. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Oh, that's your point?
That's my point I'm trying to make, is that you have reached the point to where you have gone so far into the heaviness and you've now retreated back going, this is not worth it.
Yeah. And I looked up.
Like the Vital Lacerda games.
Yes. Like we've tried Vital's.
Vital's tried a few of his stuff, but I enjoyed On Mars.
Right.
You said you would like this game better than On Mars.
I did.
I did not. I liked On Mars better. But you are correct. If you were to set me down and say, we're going to learn On Mars or we're going to learn something lighter, I don't feel like dealing with the rule set of On Mars type games.
I think that's my point, is that your tolerance for the amount of rules that you're willing to engage with has gone down.
Maybe so.
Okay. That's my point, is that I think in the past you were willing to deal with the stress that comes from having to manage that and deal with more rule sets, and now you've gotten to the point to where you don't see the need in that.
So you might say, I've discerned what I like and have chosen to go that path, as opposed to degraded as a board gamer.
Well, or you could say that you're going from a choice. I was going from a standpoint of you've decided not to utilize that ability. Like here, my point being is that, if you run all the time, you have more endurance. You play heavy board games all the time. Obviously, your ability to understand.
Well, that might go back to the point I previously made.
Right.
We don't have the time we used to.
Correct. So I think that's the point I'm trying to make, is that the less and less we've played, the less tolerable you have been of heavy.
That might be true.
Board games.
When I was really heavy into it, it's like, and we're playing a lot all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Gimme.
Right.
I'm exercising that muscle.
Correct.
I've not been exercising that muscle.
Right. And your ability to learn, even play solo games and be involved in that has degraded.
Yes.
So
I feel
you admit it's degraded.
No.
But you just said
well,
yes.
no, because I think we're using the word degrading incorrectly. Because
I'm meaning
you're being pejorative.
I'm not using a pejorative. I'm just meaning it's gone backwards. You have
so
like if a quality of something has degraded or your ability has degraded.
But the snark in which you said it earlier was pejorative.
No, well, if is a reduction pejorative?
Whatever you can say whatever you want.
No, I'm just asking. Is
I
it
know
pejorative?
what you mean.
I don't think you know what you mean. You took
I
it
know
offensive.
what you mean. Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying.
You say offensive things. I tend to take offense.
I didn't say offensive things. I said
you did.
Well, you may have been offended by it, but it was not.
So it's my fault.
No,
you're such a gaslighter. You are the biggest gaslighter that has ever gaslit. Oh my God.
Listen,
Oh
no.
my God. Yeah, you are.
No, I'm just
All right.
Yeah,
well,
you know
that's
he-
it for this show. I got to go home.
well,
I've got to
I
go
don't know what you're
home.
talking
It's getting late.
Uh,
I'm about to pass out from all the gaslighting around here.
Enrique
That's
understood
going to do
me.
it for this show.
I understand him of what he's trying to point out.
Thank you,
But
Of
Enrique.
like,
course
I can't-
you do.
I-
of course, Apostle.
No,
Apostle Enrique.
No, I'm just saying,
Yes,
I
Jerry.
can't explain that to you.
That's going to do it.
I
We're
think
at an
you're just,
hour in.
think you're just really emotional about this. And I would just encourage you to exercise
All
your
right.
board game muscle
So,
more.
That's going
Why
to
don't
do
you
it.
go home and read a rule book?
Appreciate everybody listening to what we have put out here
Just read
on
a
this
rule book.
particular episode.
Because
Until
we're gonna
next
play
time.
ISIS Vanguard.
I'm Gaby.
This is
Thank you for tolerating this episode of the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.